All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about why every mentor or coach is implementing YouTube long form. And so everybody knows that the info space is very vast as far as the different funnels and techniques and things like that. But YouTube long form has definitely been the best way to nurture your clients into potentially working with you as a mentee or a student for your coaching business or whatever. And so what I'm going to be talking about here is why YouTube longform is doing so well and how these three coaches or info, product owners are using it and leveraging it to the best of their ability. And so I'll be going over three users here. BSM Fredo, he basically does organic drop shipping. Iman Gaji, true giant in the space here. He does info or like general coaching. And Brez Scales, he basically runs a freelance brand scaling agency or mentorship, basically kind of like an SMMA. And so what I'm going to be talking about mainly here is their main channel and also their business channels. This is something that has been popping up very recently, where a lot of people are having a separate business channel to really convert or to further nurture their potential clients. And so, when we're talking about BSM Fredo here, his long form content consists of a lot of lifestyle and POV type videos. Everything here is kind of like in a POV format. As you can see, even in the title here, it says POV, or like 24 hours alone in my apartment, life of a six-figure drop shipper, and basically just showing the day-to-day operations as to what he does. And with this being said, he basically sells the idea of being able to live the life that he wants to live while doing everything that he does with dropshipping. Basically proving to his students that dropshipping bought him this lifestyle. And so in doing that, he's getting a lot of top of funnel content. And I will break down top of funnel content, middle of funnel content, and bottom of funnel content as well later down the line. But basically, these are the types of videos that he makes to get a lot of people to view, his stuff. And one thing you'll see is that he leverages being young, being, like 21 years old here, or being a regular Latino kid. And this is because he's catering the titles towards his audience, which is a younger audience. And so he does not necessarily have a ton of subscribers, right? He has like 37K subscribers, at least in this screenshot here. And so if we move over to the business channel, obviously the business channel is going to have a lot less subscribers because this is for people who are more nurtured. They want to find out how BSM Fredo is making the money instead of just watching the videos for pure entertainment. They're now more interested with how the actual money is being made. And so what happens is that when they come to this channel here, obviously there's going to be the straight link to work with BSM Fredo, basically to become part of his mentorship. But there's also going to be all these videos here. Basically, the videos are in-depth tutorials, or maybe they're testimonials and different types of just educational content as opposed to entertainment content. So in this one here is a how-to video, how to find winning dropshipping products. This one's a dropshipping what is it? Like kind of like a drop shipping, I don't know, like how to as well, I guess. Just more informational stuff. As you can see here, he does breakdowns of some Google Docs, and then he has his testimonials here with his students. And so and then here he has his and so here he also has his testimonials with his students. As you can see, his students are making good amounts of money. Right here, $11,000 with organic dropshipping, 40K a month. Quit his 9-to-5, how he made 44,000 in 30 days. Basically just showing more examples and showing that his mentorship actually works. And so in the sense of Iman Gaji and his info/coaching business here, basically his is a little bit different because he has a really big audience as opposed to BSM Fredo. So BSM Fredo is working with around 40K subs, whereas Iman is working with 5.6 million subs. And the switch up in this is that he's going to have a lot more kind of like general educational videos, or like videos that kind of captivize his viewers. They kind of want to know a little bit more as to what the actual video is about after seeing the title of the video. So here's another example, right? you're not behind, why everyone seems to have more money than you. Or in this one, it says how to escape the rat race without quitting your 9 to 5. Or this one, how to succeed if you're ambitious but lazy. Basically titles that are very polarizing, and they kind of get the user to want to know more. Okay. And so this is how Iman is able to get a lot of viewers to him. And that's how a lot of people know him, is that, you know, he does like general how to make money videos. The best way to put it is that he makes a lot of videos that kind of motivate you or kind of get you thinking about making online money. And that's kind of where his expertise comes in. And so now moving on to his business profile, right? His business profile does have a lot less subscribers, but these are for people who honestly maybe want to work with Iman or are looking to gain a lot more knowledge or insight into, you know, how to build a business with, you know, the exact strategies. He even says it right here. Discover the exact strategies behind Iman's $100 million personal brand, and so on and so forth. So in these videos, they're a lot more niche down to a business owner as opposed to someone who's just starting out business. So think about it as whoever is maybe just trying to get into online business, they would probably look at Iman Gaji's main channel just to get some more ideas of what they can do. And then whoever is working on their business and looking to scale from, like, let's just say $20K a month to $100K a month, they'll probably look more at his business channel, because there's going to be a lot more tactics and stuff where it's easily relatable as opposed to a lot of the newbie stuff, if that makes sense. And so with the business channel, you're going to see the videos are a lot more orientated towards business owners. And so for the example here, it says make an extra 30 to 50K a month in your info business with this one system. Or here is his own breakdown of how he made 92.7 million with digital products, so they can just copy him. Or how to make $100,000 per month with WAP. Or, you know, for an example, with this one here, right? YouTube is now on easy mode for info business owners, specifically targeting those info business owners in that space. And so that's how he's able to separate his business line from his main line of YouTube videos, and basically cater towards that audience that is willing to pay more to learn from him. And so with Bread Scales, it's very similar to BSM Fredo, where he leverages a lot of the flashy lifestyle, the young money, making a lot of money at a young age. He's only like 21 or 20 or something like that. So as you can see, you know, he has a decent following of 177 subs. And also he has a lot of eye-opening kind of thumbnails, you know, him in fancy cars and things like that, his lifestyle, his friends, how he made 20K today, then spent the evening unemployed, or we spent $100,000 shopping on a random Wednesday. Basically getting people to see the thumbnail and to see the actual title and be like, wow, what is he doing that I don't know? And how is he able to afford the lifestyle that he's living? So it's a lot of top of funnel content, just like BSM Fredo. And when you look at his business account, he talks a lot about freelance brand scaling. And so he has like 30K subs on this channel here, about 8 videos. So these are literally the 8 videos that he has. And basically he does some breakdowns into his own business, as well as giving a lot of clarity as far as what he does himself and what he can teach inside his mentorship. And so here is some examples, right? Everyone thinks it's too late to start freelance brand scaling. And this is him just kind of breaking down his business model, the exact funnel I used to sign $100 million in freelance brand scaling, another breakdown. This is his own personal story right here. This is a Q&A. And then here are some other things, you know, just as regards to freelance brand scaling, how to start, how to make 20K a month, how to get freelance brand scaling clients, things like that. And so it's a lot more educational videos, kind of like BSM Fredo. We don't really see the testimonial side of things as far as these videos here, but you could definitely see that he's more educating and less entertaining as far as the types of videos he's making. And so all in all, the strategy is that they want to create videos on topics that their ideal customer is looking for. And the videos are very specific and only appeal to their ideal customer. And they follow a specific structure in the videos to establish authority, show expertise, and push the viewer to take action. And so those are the pillars that they want to show to their viewer. And so with the types of videos that they make, it definitely has to be catered towards their audience. But the thing is, you need to find out what your audience likes. You need to find out what your audience wants to see as far as the titles, what captivizes them. Because for example, someone who watches like Brez Scales might not necessarily have the same interest as someone who watches Iman Gaji, just because someone who watches Brez Scales might be more beginner as far as wanting to get into the online money space. Maybe they want to learn about freelance brand scaling, but someone who runs an info product business will most likely watch Iman Gaji's stuff. And obviously they don't make the same types of videos. And so if you are in this kind of situation where you want to know a little bit more about what kind of videos you need to make or the content optimization. So if you didn't know, I run a agency called Six Figure Operator with my business partner Malap here. And who I help is people who already have a large audience and they want to monetize them, or people earning over 10K a month who have a good idea for info businesses, but no idea on how to actually start them. And so basically what I do is I help you with your content, your market research, the offer, the product, the funnel, the assets, launch strategy, sales process, sales team, fulfillment, and the ads, so that you can focus on the most needle moving tasks like creating content and helping your students, which we will also help optimize for you. And so this is done on a completely done for you basis. I'm not no coach or nothing. I am a business partner who helps build your systems. And basically you'll be working extremely closely with my team and I to basically get you to those results. And so obviously the dream outcome, if I were to work with you, is we'll be scaling your coaching business to new heights and beyond, and really building your dream network, kind of like what these guys are doing here, you know, scaling their businesses. And they're also using infrastructure and different types of tactics to go ahead and grow. They're just not doing content itself. There's a lot of things to go over. And so if you guys are looking for some kind of content optimization, like what I've been explaining in this video, feel free to connect with us through the link in my description here. And so everything here falls under our 6-step process, and specifically under the content optimization, where basically we talk about different platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and we basically come up with a strategy to help you through those. So if you guys want to know more, I suggest you guys go ahead and book a call for a free audit, and I would love to go ahead and talk this through with you guys on that call there. But yeah, going back to the actual breakdown of the funnel for the creators up there, right? I talked about how there's top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And this is how you get your potential clients to really know, like, and trust you, right? And so you have to realize that there are different types of content for what you want to do or provide for those users. So obviously top of funnel is to attract attention. This is where you reach new people who have never heard of you, and the goal is to entertain, educate, or hook viewers with broad, high-interest topics that get clicks and build awareness. For your middle of funnel, this is where you build trust. At this stage, your content helps nurture interest by showcasing your expertise, sharing insights, or solving specific problems, and you're warming up viewers and positioning yourself as a credible authority. And for the bottom, this is where you go ahead and drive action, right? So this is where you convert your warmest viewers into clients or customers. And the content here directly addresses objections, highlights results, and invites people to take the next step with your offer. And so how does this really look like, right? I kind of break it down, and I'm also going to give you some examples of videos of those 3 creators or entrepreneurs that I'm listed above. And so with the top of funnel content, the content type is really viral or trendy videos, reaction videos, broad educational content, entertaining or curiosity-driven topics, how-to videos that solve common problems, or comparison videos. And so you really want to target those cold leads and people who don't know you yet. So here are some examples. For Iman Gaji, he has kind of like a broad how-to video, how to start a personal brand in 2025, which is honestly one of the biggest topics of the year, personal branding. With Brez Scales, he has kind of like a POV video, the freedom of being a 20-year-old millionaire, just leveraging the age again and also the millionaire status. With BSM Fredo, he talks about making $100,000 a day and traveling the world. Basically another POV video with proof. As you can see, he's like in Hawaii or whatever. And the whole idea of top of funnel content is to get eyes on you. Moving over to the middle of funnel content about building trust. This is more like case studies, framework breakdowns, behind the scenes videos, specific tutorials, opinion or belief-based content, or addressing objections or common misconceptions. And so the target audience here is going to be those warm leads, people who probably have seen your stuff like 1 or 2 times and are very curious. And so With Iman here, he has a framework breakdown of his own product, Digital Launchpad here. With Bread Scales, he has a personal case study of how he made this clothing brand like 200K in a month. And here with BSM Fredo, he kind of talks about mindset, changing your life and things like that. So this is a opinion on, grinding, working hard, basically talking about like a pain point, I'm assuming. And so this is all about building trust, basically just to show their expertise on why you should listen to them a little bit more and really nurture them into the next step, which is the bottom of funnel content. And this is where we're going to go ahead and convert those people. And so there's going to be those testimonials, client wins, deep dives, VSL style content, transformation stories, objection handling, and basically this is for those hot leads. Hopefully you guys can see that, but hot leads right there. People who know you, like you, and are on the fence about joining. And so with Iman here, he has a deep dive video. And this is basically breaking down his 5 info product scaling systems that generated him 100 mil on autopilot. With Bread Scales, he also has a deep dive, but instead, this one is all about the exact funnel that he used to sign $100 million in freelance brand scaling clients. And so for BSM Fredo, he has a testimonial video, and this is how his student makes 50K a month with organic dropshipping. And so one thing you're going to notice as well is that when you're looking at the videos, generally the top of funnel content will have a lot more views. So here, 400K views, right here, 120K views, right here, 15K views. I mean, dependent on the size of the channel, you know what I mean? But when you look at these ones here, they're a lot less. 12K views for Iman. Brez has 74K views. BSM Fredo, 1.5K views. And for the bottom of funnel, it's even less. So 7.4K views, 18K views, and then, or this one, he has 5K views. I guess this is more of an outlier. But, the general consensus is that for top of funnel content, it's going to be more general, more to get eyes on you. And for bottom of funnel is for those who actually watch your videos very deeply. And so this is the whole process of how they are able to get people to work with them or become their students. They nurture them so much through YouTube, and YouTube, like I said, is the best way to nurture your audience because they're watching your videos for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even like 10 minutes. It's so much longer than all the short form stuff or the clips that you see. And it really gets people to watch your stuff and become a potential buyer or, student. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, if you guys are looking for some kind of implementation of this for yourself or any of these topics that I kind of talked about within my 6-step process here, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to get on a call with you guys and potentially, see how I can help you guys out. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.